So in this video, I'm going to be doing a review of Catching Fire. That is book 2 in the Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins. This review, I don't know how long it's going to be because I kind of like the Hunger Games. I don't really have any strong opinions on it. It's just like middle of the road for me. So if it's short, I do apologize. I'll try to hit every point that I can, but I don't know. This book was just kind of meh. So I'll start out with a non-spoiler part of the video, and then we'll go on to a spoiler part of the video, and I'll let you know what that is. So yeah, let's get into it. So the book begins with Katniss and Peeta getting ready to go on their, what is it, Victor's Tour? I think it's called their Victor's Tour, which is where all the winners of the past Hunger Games, they go to all these districts and they speak. Yeah. So I thought the beginning of the book was kind of interesting. You're going deeper into the world of what the games actually are and like the politics of the games. And I like seeing that. I like seeing how like things are constructed. That's one of my favorite things to read about in YA fantasy. And I know this is not a YA fantasy, I'm just giving an example of YA fantasy is like the politics of you know, kings and queens and like peasants and that kind of stuff. Without like over explaining, like boring me, but I like seeing like the inner workings of it and seeing, you know, how things work like that. So yeah, I really like that aspect of the book. We get to see kind of the inner workings of that, and we finally get to meet President Snow. I don't know how I feel about President Snow in this book. It's weird. Like Katniss mentions his plump lips a lot. Like his swollen lips. I'm like, why is that an important feature of him? I do like the way that that she describes what he smells. It's like roses and blood, and we find out more about that in Mockingjay. But yeah, I like that description of him, of how he smells. But like, the lips were unnecessary, and I get it, he's had surgery like everyone else in the Capitol, but she focused on them, and it was really weird to hear. I listened to the book, by the way, I didn't read it. I found this like after I'd listened to it, so we're great at this. But yeah, it was kind of weird to hear her just go on about his lips. I don't know. He's a nice threat in the book. He you know, nothing too special, but at the same time he has the Capitol backing him, and he's so calm and calculated that he actually makes a really good antagonist. And I really liked him as the antagonist in this book. I thought that was like really well done, you know? Like his threats were threats without being threats, if that makes sense. Like it was a clear warning sign, hey, if you do this, this is gonna happen. But I'm not officially saying that. So yeah, I thought that was really well done for him. I will say though, one point he was kind of really stupid. It was when they first met, and I don't know why, unless I just forgot why he told her, but he tells Katniss that there are districts that are uprising. Like why would you tell her that? Like he literally says they're uprising because of you. And like I get it, he says like there are no secrets between them and he's not gonna lie to her. But at the same time, it's like you're telling her that she's literally like bringing down the Capitol. Like I don't understand why you know would tell her that. Like that literally what sparks this entire thing, because she had no idea that she was actually doing that. That there were other districts getting involved. She only knew of like one district, and they were like essentially all killed. But yeah, he tells her that, and then she like finds out that districts are rebelling. I don't know, I just found that to be like really stupid. And like, why would you tell your enemy that they're actually doing a great job of doing something when they're not even trying, you know? I don't know, that might just be a nitpick, but I don't know. Katniss in this book, I don't like her in this book. Hunger Games, I think she was my favorite. In this one, of course, the love triangle is there. I don't know. I don't know. In this one, the love triangle comes back even stronger, and it's just, I didn't enjoy it. It was even worse than the first book. No, I just didn't care for it. Like, you know, like I felt bad for Peeta. Peeta's still mad at her throughout this entire thing, but he's also so sweet. Like, he's willing to help her do anything. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll do this for you, but you know, I'm not happy with you. So yeah, I liked every other character: Haymitch, Peeta, Effie, Gale, Prim, I guess. Like, I don't know, Katniss just like didn't stick with me in this book really. She was kept in the dark. So like I get what was happening, but like I don't know, it almost made her seem like not stupid, but like I can't even think of the word for it, and I apologize for that, but like in the movies you get a sense that she at least knows that she's capable of doing something. In this book she's like almost completely clueless. That's the word, clueless. She's almost completely clueless throughout the entire book, especially in the game. She's like, wait, what's happening? What did we do? Why are you doing that? Well, like, it was annoying. Like I get it, she's left out of the loop on purpose, but it just made her seem like even more stupid. And like the main point of this is that she's not stupid, but it made her seem almost stupid because I don't know. And another thing was, again, the selfishness comes back, and I get it. She's what, 17, 18, something like that, and I get it. You don't want to be the leader of this rebellion, but like 10 times she's like, let's run away, let's go. And like this is when the toying begins to happen with the two boys, or with Peeta and Gale. Like, she's like, Gale, let's go. He's like, okay. And she's like, Peeta, let's go. And he's like, okay. And then like she's like, never mind. And like she starts like bouncing back between them and like playing with them. I just don't like it. Like, I don't even ship her and Gale, and I felt sorry for Gale because, you know, he's being toyed with. Like, she's literally not telling either of them, hey, you know, I'd like you. Like, she doesn't even sit down with both of them and say, listen, I don't know where I am in terms of this relationship. I like Peter because of what we've had to go through, but Gale has been there with me since childhood, and you know, we share that. It's like she doesn't sit down. She literally just keeps everything to herself, and she just goes back and forth and only gives them like a portion of like the information that they need, and yet they're still like drooling at her feet. And I just don't get it. I don't get why. You know, like for Peeta it makes a bit more sense. Because he's like head over heels for whatever reason. Gale, yeah, it makes sense for him because they're, you know, childhood best friends. They'll do whatever she says. They constantly like I don't even know how to explain it. It's just not good. I didn't like the love triangle in this. Okay, let's move on to the actual like plot or premise. So President Snow, in an attempt to stop this uprising that is occurring, he sends the victors back into the Hunger Games that have won. So we get a new cast of characters. Finnick Odair, I love Finnick Odair. He's probably one of my favorite characters in this book. I love him dearly. Finnick is the man, okay? So I like him. It's BB and Wiress, I think, or Nuts and Bolts as they're called. We get more time with Beetee, I think his name is. We get more time with Beetee. I liked him. The other one we didn't really spend that much time with. She kind of, you know, went crazy like halfway through the games. But yeah, I liked him. I thought it was well written, really smart. Joanna. I love Joanna, okay? I love all these new characters. Like, Joanna is like, she's so good. She's so tough. Like, she doesn't care. It's just amazing. I love her. I love all the new characters, so those are good. But yeah, anyway, back to the plot. So they're forced back into the games. They are made to compete for one another, and I do like in this book, I don't think they highlighted it in the movies at all, but in the book she mentions how like half of them, just like Haymitch, have fallen into like drugs or alcohol or something like that because the games are so terrible. So like more than half of them are not even fit to compete anymore because they're just so like wasted away that like they literally don't have a chance despite them being like victors. I kind of like that aspect of it. It showed like and of course Peeta and Katniss and Haymitch, they have this too, but it showed the PTSD that these victors get after the games. So I really like that, and that wasn't just like a brush aside thing. It was like, no, they're all suffering. But yeah, so they're thrust into this game. This, I will say, is the coolest game in the trilogy. There are different zones that have different like things in it. Like one of them, I think it like rains blood, another one floods, another one has acid smoke, I think. So yeah, that was really cool. If you haven't seen the movies or you don't know exactly what the arena is, then I'm not going to spoil that for you. But yeah, that twist was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I really like the setup for this. I think that's honestly about it that I can go into for the non-spoilers. So we're going to jump into the spoiler part of the video. If you still want to read this book or you don't want it to be spoiled or anything like that, then bye. I'll see you in the next video. If you don't care to have it spoiled, or if you've read it and you just want to hear my opinion, hello. So the actual arena turns out to be a clock. I thought that was a really cool concept. I really liked it. That was really well done. It was a nice setup. I will say the very end felt kind of confusing, I guess, for me, because it was so rushed, and I get it, it was rushed in the movie too. I understand what was going on, but it was just confusing, kind of like what exactly happened. Like nothing was really made clear, I guess. Like she wakes up on the plane, she managed to like explode the arena or something, and the rebels managed to get her out, but the Capitol manages to take Peeta. There was like bread counting throughout this thing of like the time that would come. That part kind of confused me. Like there were so many numbers that she just threw out there that I didn't really understand. I didn't want to rewind, so I just kind of was like, oh, okay, it was a counting system of bread. That's cool. So yeah, the rebels, they managed to save Katniss, save Beetee, and save Finnick. Meanwhile, Johanna and Peeta are taken to the Capitol, and the book ends with them saying that they're going to District 13, which has been believed to be destroyed throughout this entire time, and yeah, that's literally just how it ends. This book, I liked it. It was, again, just like the first one, it was nothing special. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. This one kind of felt, though, a bit like a filler book. Like, besides them being forced back into the Capitol, there was really no other, or like, you know, the talk of uprising, there wasn't really any other, like, development, I guess. I don't know, like, I liked it just fine, but it kind of just felt like it was, like, I don't know how to explain this because it's what second books are supposed to do, but it literally just felt like it was pushing me into the third book, and I feel like a second book should have its own story, you know, its own plot, its own struggles, that kind of stuff. Like, it could, say for the characters and like the atmosphere and all that, it could be a standalone. Which again makes really no sense because this book managed to do it. I don't know why in particular this book came off to me as a filler, but it did. The movie didn't even, you know, come off to me like that. The Catching Fire was actually my favorite of the 3 movies or 4 movies. So yeah, I don't know why this felt like a filler. It just did. But then again, I also, you know, liked it just fine, so thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And all my other socials, such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, those will be listed down in the description below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!